How do you set and execute bold targets across the organization? I'll share an insightful story, which was the foundation of growing from 300 crores to 6,500 crores in 11 years. It was a very vibrant group, it still is. My first exposure with them was when I led a business turnaround of a loss-making unit. That was year 2000. In 2003, I had joined them in the strategy cell, heading business excellence. We were working on the corporate goals for the next year and the next 3 years. We proposed a very bold target. It was to reduce the rejection levels from X to 1/10 of their levels. There was a pin drop silence when I said this. It's really, really hard, one of my peers said, and I agreed. I'm Atul Vij. I lead business turnarounds. I have done 16 business turnarounds in more than 8 industries. In my experience, the problem of quality rejection is not in the product. It's in the mindset of the people. Once they think it's possible, then it is done. So he said, okay, fully agreed. Now what next? Everybody agreed that strategically this was the right move. So we said, what do we have? Where do we start? And everybody said unanimously, we have quality circles. But then we also knew quality circles were a sham. You would scratch the surface, inside there was nothing. The problems would get solved and retrofitted into a quality circle presentations. They were very nice presentations. But what is quality? It is not the presentations. It is what you do when no one is watching. It is embedded into the minds of the people across the shop floor, across the supply chain. So we said, okay, we will start with the quality circle. Let us make 3 changes. First, we made a change in the structure. We added a business excellence leader across all units, like a quality circle, like a quality leader. Just as we were giving importance to quality manager, who would ensure this is not okay, this is not going to pass, this person would say, let us focus on the process to make quality. He would work with the team on the shop floor across departments, proactively make them work on the live problems, hand holding them, and gradually setting the process. We would review, share notes, have meetings across all the units, so many things. This one business excellence was like a seed sown. Second was to add fertilizer. So what we did, we started to train these people. We exposed our people to go to quality conventions within our group, outside the group, and we realized the knowledge level was not that good. The confidence was lacking. So we started to make them work on real life case studies. We would prepare quiz from their live cases and tell them how they would attempt it. With their confidence increasing, the ownership became very visible. With this second change of having focused on quality capability development, we thought it may be okay, but it was still not. There were islands of perfection, but in many places it wasn't there. And the group was huge, 25 units across all over India. Third thing we changed was at the strategic level. We said it's important to create a hype. So we created a focus, a theme, quality first. And the logo was fist, symbolizing determination. And we linked the degree of engagement in such initiatives, the results we were achieving, with the business performance score. Here was the catch. When the business performance score was linked, the performance incentive across the organization, across all units, was linked to this. Now it became became a common initiative across all. And with these three changes, it made the difference. Soon, we were able to see when the jury would come and when they would leave lots of very mature comments. In one of our quality circle conventions, we called a very senior person from our customer. He was amazed. In another case, somebody came from Honda and Quality Circle Federation of India. They said, whatever you're doing, can you share your knowledge with us? I can't forget, they offered 1 lakh rupees to support our movement. Of course, it wasn't necessary, but this external validation added a lot to the conviction of our team. And we made even more progress. Can you imagine? In the 3rd year, we were already at 1/10 level, without resistance, no extra budgets. You know how? Every quality circle would focus on using the Pareto 80-20 rule. Within 3 months, the problem would get solved. That 20% focus areas would reduce 80% of the problem. 4th month was to stabilize. And then again the next thing. In a year, we had 3 themes by every quality circle. Every assembly, every work, every machine, everybody was doing it across the 25 units. 3 cycles in a year, we would come down to half, 50%. And in 3 years, simple arithmetic, less than 1/10. And you know, this was compounding. This compounding effect was not just in arithmetic. We were not changing the metric. We were working at the mindset level. It was not just systems thinking. It was design into people. And this made the difference. It was getting inside the culture. It was not luck. Now the quality became a matter of pride. When our MD was made head of the conventions at suppliers, Toyota supplier convention headed by our MD, Honda's headed by our MD. And you know why? Because what we were doing was setting a benchmark. And this was a pride. The seed had been sown, it had sprouted. Did it end here with 1/10 level of quality? We grew, we were about 45 units by about 2008 or 2009, in about 5 years span. What next? We were deploying SAP. And in 2008, slump came. And we were told to hold on to our budgets. No more expenditure. But the quality thinking, that team spirit, we approached R&D. We had a consultant as IBM. We approached them. You know what a solution came out? IBM said that we really love the zeal with which you have deployed on the shop floor. And the same things are coming onto SAP. They agreed and deferred their payments by 1 year. And the MD, we convinced that if we can do it ourselves, IBM would just give us a support for 3 units, and the rest of the 45 units we would do ourselves. And we did it. And in 2012, we got 4 national awards. One of them was Manufacturing Excellence. What did it show? It showed the trust of people, trust of customers, having been recognized at a national level across the industries. It was a matter of pride. What does it mean? Transformation does not need a budget. It is not dependent on technology. Systems remain on paper. The systems behind the systems which engage people and the technology and the people with systems, that makes a difference. So inspire work in the culture and you will see the results. If you want to know more such stories, hit on the subscribe button. If you have any questions, thoughts, do share it. I intend on coming back to you and sharing more of insights with you.